Hello and welcome everybody to The Face of Golf, where I just talk about golf. That's all this is. Me talking about golf and golf equipment. Today I want to talk about 3 new driver releases that have been announced. The Taylormade Stealth, the Cobra LTD, and the Callaway Rogue. All, they're series of clubs, not just one individual club. And right now, the Orlando PGA Golf Show, the trade show's going on right now, close to the public. I wonder if I could get into that. I need to see if I can get in next year. Maybe next year. We'll see how it works out. So hopefully we get some new announcements after this weekend. And I'm not sure how often I'm going to do this show. Maybe once a week, once a month. Maybe just this one. We'll see how busy I get. Let me know what you want. If you have any requests for any subjects, now's the time to hammer those out in the comments below. Requesting that you discuss something or my opinions about anything, okay? Golf related. Now, where are we going to start? Things that we're not going to see at the PGA Golf Show are new Titleist golf balls. I just grabbed a couple of boxes. They're around here somewhere. Hang on a second. Here they are. Found them. So not a sponsor. I order golf balls from golfballs.com with my logo on them. And I give these out to family and friends. I have an uncle that lives in Santa Monica, California, and but needless to say, I got a message from somebody saying, "Hey, I didn't know you were in California. I found one of your golf balls." I'm like, I haven't been in California for like 7 years. It is my golf ball, but somebody else who I gave it to didn't treasure it and collect it and save it. They just went out and just, hid it into the bushes. That's how valuable these are to them. So, yeah. So, golf balls are not going to be released this year. It's on a 2-year cycle, and they released the new version last year. So, if you're going to get some custom golf balls, you can still get them and not have to wait for a new Titleist Pro V1 series to come out. Maybe they will come out with a new one, but normally it's every 2 years. So, golf balls, I can't tell it. I really can't tell much of it. We'll leave that. It's just, I'm set in my ways. So let's dive into the discussion about drivers. The first one I want to talk about is the Taylormade Stealth. You've seen this. Carbon fiber everywhere. Now, my first impression, this is just my honest first impression, is good for Taylormade because they're using cheaper materials and they're going to increase their margins, which means they're going to generate more revenue. 2 thumbs up. Good business plan. I think the performance is good. I haven't seen the data, but I'm guessing the performance will be the same, right? Because it's regulated by the USGA. So, good. Okay. So, this is where my opinions diverge from industry hype talk. Okay. The industry talks about the amazing properties of carbon fiber. Yes, it's super lightweight. Good. All right. But it is cheap. All right. So for me, with my mindset, I'm looking for titanium. That's what I want. If I'm going to spend $550 at the making of this video, price is subject to change. That's what these stealths are going for. Pre-order. Are they out yet? Either way, that's how I feel about it. It's preference things. Like, I'm a Taylormade fanboy. Okay, example right here. You can see the shafts of some clubs back here. So I'm a Taylormade fanboy. I have an M2. I love Taylormade because that's when I started golfing. That's what my friend had. That's what his dad had. And that's something that I play a lot. Taylormade. My current driver, Taylormade. And my 3 favorite brands. I'm telling you my biases. My 3 favorite brands, Taylormade, Titleist, and Ping. Those are my 3 favorite brands. Just so you know. I don't know how that affects anything. I have a Callaway putter right now. I have Mizuno irons right now. Either way. So, lovely. So, they went from titanium. Do I have a hollow titanium. They went from an all titanium construction. Oops, this is a Callaway XR16. Either way, they went from an all titanium construction, obviously hollow, and this is a Callaway, which I imagine, isn't super cheap to produce, to their Sim 2. Their Sim 2, the Taylormade Sim 2, had an aluminum skirt, carbon fiber, and a titanium face. Well, why did they switch to aluminum? To cut costs. And then we see that to continue with the Stealth, just all carbon fiber. And I think they're going to age, my opinion, I think they're going to perform well, but I think they're going to age poorly. When we look at materials matter. Solid persimmon. This is a 1954 McGregor 945W. Lovely solid persimmon. Here we have another McGregor, 1974 McGregor Tourney laminate. Way to go, McGregor, in the 70s, releasing laminate woods in your Pro line. That's great. That's a great business strategy. Needless to say, in my head, in my opinion, this is similar to the Stealth situation. I think, so laminate, solid persimmon. Does one perform better than the other? Maybe. I can't tell the difference. So I think that what we're going to see, this is my prediction, that we're going to see a separation between titanium clubs and carbon fiber clubs in price. We're going to start seeing some like $300 Pro line carbon fiber drivers because they're cheaper to make. Just pump those out like crazy. And we're going to see the more expensive $500 clubs retaining lots of those premium materials like titanium. It could even go up. It could be like $750 or $1,000 for a titanium driver in the not too distant future. We have inflation to worry about. We have the materials and the manufacturing of titanium, which isn't a walk in the park. So I think the Stealth is going to kick off this divergence of materials where we're going to have the premium materials and the cheaper materials. That's what I see it kicking off here. Taylormade is running around saying, it's the beginning of the Golf carbon era, we've perfected it. Please. The carbon fiber era kicked off in the 80s, 1986. I have a video about it. The McGregor 945G graphite carbon fiber face insert. And I mean, heck, Ferrari made the F40 out of carbon fiber. So that was the kickoff of carbon fiber. We saw it again in the 90s and the 2000s with the C4. Here's the head cover. It's one of these. It's this one. Here we go. C4, the Callaway C4. We saw that again in the 2000s. And so Taylormade was only 3.5 decades late. If you're measuring the distance between you and something beginning in decades, love you, Taylormade. But you made a cheap club and you're selling it for a lot, which is good business, great business. But in my opinion, that's where I stand. So, am I going to go out and buy a Stealth? No. Am I interested in buying a Stealth? No. Out of the three that I listed, that's the one I'm least excited about. Now, let's talk about Callaway. Callaway, on the other hand, has come out with this beautiful. I love Callaway and their marketing right now. Everything is stunning and visible. Okay, the jailbreak technology, you look on the sole of your driver and you can see the two little like prongs there, and now they're not like circles, they're like kind of like ovoid shapes, and it's just beautiful. And the carbon fiber is beautiful. They use the AI tech, and I love the way they etch the face. Every time I walk by a driver, like in a golf shop or somewhere, I always have to like feel the face. I'm like, look at this, it's so pretty, I want one. And that's something that's important. Like let's pull up this old persimmon again. That's something that's important to me. Somebody said, who was it? I forget who it was. So I watch Adam Savage Tested on YouTube, and he mentions who it was who said something like this. So it's not my thought. I just need to make that clear. Where they have this idea of every time you look at something, you ask yourself, does this bring me joy? If it doesn't bring you joy, maybe you shouldn't have it, which is an interesting thought, right? So when I look at Callaway drivers, they bring me joy. Okay, like for example, this one right here. My son and I had matching drivers for a while. This is the XR16. He has one at 13.5 degrees. It's like cranked up to like 14.25 degrees. I can't remember. So he has his driver. I had my driver, and I love this Callaway driver. Again, look at this fun face. Look at, they put this X marks the spot right here. That's where you're hitting. It's just a cool face. I've always loved Callaway drivers. Their Epic was amazing. So, I love Callaway. It's fun and happy memories. So I'm excited about the new Rogue. I like more simple designs. I feel like the Rogue isn't too crazy with tech. I mean, some subtle things here and there, but not absolutely crazy. It's my second most desired one out of these three. My number one, if you can't guess, is the Cobra LTD. Is it the LTDx or Max? I think it's X. Either way, they're amazing. They look amazing. They have just the right carbon fiber. It looks like they have that beautiful face on there. I love the way that the Cobra faces are actually textured. It's not just graphics etched in there. It's pretty awesome. So I really want one. I was seriously like, do I want to pre-order one of these? I like the way they look. And that's my philosophy, okay? So this is where I butt heads with people, even in my family, okay? You need to collect the data. You make your decisions based off of data and science. I come from a family of engineers, okay? You need to collect the data, and then only then when you have your own personal data and you compare it to all the data out there, then you can make your decision. And I'm like, you go do that, And then a year after, you can go buy one used. Good for you. You save money. That's the way to do it. You always want to buy it used. Okay, that's not what I'm about. I'm about passion and excitement. Does this bring me joy? Kind of a thing, right? I'll buy something new. I don't care. Now, the Cobra jumps out at me purely based on looks. Now, here's my performance thing, okay? I know that I have some, let's call it variance, okay? I have some variance in my performance as a golfer. Can you imagine that? Have you watched my videos? People are nodding their heads. They're like, yeah, you have a huge variance. And so as long as any of the drivers that I like are in that ballpark, guess what I'm basing my decision off of? Brand alliance and looks. Do I have any of brand alliance to Cobra? No. But gosh dang it, those are the best looking drivers I've seen in a very long time. They look so good. The red, white, and blue, well, it's like red, black, and silver, blue. Either way, I love those drivers so much. They're so cool looking. I'll see how I feel about them in 2 years. Sometimes things age and they don't do well. The Rogue is my second pick. The Stealth, for reasons I've explained, is just not that appealing to me personally. Now, somebody out there may be collecting data and they may find that it performs the best for them, and that's where they find their joy. This brings me joy because I can hit it an extra 3 feet and I can hit it straighter, and my off-center toe hits don't drop out of the sky with low spin, unlike the driver that I'm using. Okay, whatever. That's good. Good for you. Get on board with that. I hope we have different opinions. If everybody who watches this video has the same opinion as me, that's a concern for our society. So that's it. I'm probably not going to buy a new driver today. I want to see what this year. I want to see what Titleist comes out with. Ping has already announced that they're not going to replace their 425. Is that the current driver that they have out? Which I think is good. Just sit for a year before you don't have to release a new driver every year. Taylormade, Callaway, Mizuno. I haven't heard anything from Mizuno. Maybe, I don't know. Maybe as I'm recording this, maybe they're announcing their new drivers right now when I'm missing it. So let me know your thoughts about everything. Do materials matter to you? I want to know. Are you excited about the Stealth? Do you feel like you're basing it on performance, which is totally legit? I mean, like I said, we should all have different opinions. And do you understand the laminate versus persimmon comparison to the Stealth, being carbon fiber compared to titanium counterparts? And am I just thinking too hard about it all? But those are genuinely my first thoughts. I know other people, like I said, family engineers, their first thoughts are data. They want to see the data. So we are on diverging paths when it comes to what we're looking for in golf equipment. Cobra, that's an awesome driver. Good job. It's beautiful. Excited to read your comments as usual. Thanks to my patrons. Appreciate your support. You can join us. It's just general support. I post a few updates here and there. That's basically it. Sometimes I make a video when we like to chat back. We message back and forth on Patreon, so they ask questions and I make responses. And they request some of the reviews that we're going to do too, so in the near future. You can also support us by visiting that Amazon shop in the links in the description below. I am an Amazon associate. I make proceeds from qualifying purchases. I have some golf equipment up on there. It's like accessories more than maybe equipment. And finally, thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you enjoy this content. I am the Vintage Golfer.